Whenever you're ready.
Hitting go live, and we are bang right on time. Sweet. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Dr. Stewart.
Welcome to Boxing Day, the day after Star Trek Day. This is trailer day. We usually don't go live on Thursdays at this time during New Trek.
That I'm still working on prep, etc. But Stuart, we don't have a choice. We don't. We have to react. You're saying we have a choice, Stuart?
Yeah.
What's our choice?
To not come on here and talk about it till later next week.
Oh, Stuart.
Forgotten all about it.
Yeah. In the chat. You know,
Sergeant Montgomery, $2. The super chat is really the final snipe tonight. I hope not.
That would be a shame.
You have the honor of being the first and the last super chat slot today.
An honorary title.
If it was like a $2,000 super chat, then I'd be like, "That's cool. We're gonna end the stream right now."
You can like stop super chats. Wait, hold on. What the hell is? Oh, that's interesting. Is it? I just noticed a button at the top that says insert ad. So as you go, you can like insert them for the after the fact. Or you have to add them in 15 minutes in. That's interesting. Huh. It's like it's a dollar sign. What does that mean? Add Steam marker. Create highlight video. Ooh. Sorry.
Learning things all the time, guys.
I tend to look at the chat, not the button. Oh, I can create a poll. Do you know there are polls? What?
Yeah, that's a new feature, apparently. And you love those, so.
That's gonna happen. Not right now. And that's the joke, isn't it? We're so on time that people haven't got here yet.
40 people have got here, so that's good. And 30 likes. Hit that like button, guys.
But, let's be honest. How many of you, including you, Stuart, turn up to the cinema not at the time it says anymore? Because you know, well, maybe not in your country, but you know there's at least sort of 15 minutes of ads, then 15 minutes of trailers, if you're lucky. And so turn up on time or early is wasting time in the chair.
I always show up early. I like to get in there and get situated and see people come in. And plus, you don't have to worry about scrambling to get a seat. You just pick your seats online before you go in, so you know what seat you're going to be in. And but yeah, I love seeing the trailers and stuff in the theater. The ads, not so much, but you know, it is what it is. I do like getting there early. That's just my nature. You know that.
I do.
When I go traveling, the airport, gotta be there early.
I just, my time is so valuable in that I have so little of it to spend on different projects that, I mean, when I was younger, it used to be the trailer started at the time the film's meant to start. So you get there 15 minutes early, you get in, they start, you watch it in 15 minutes. Now, at the bigger the video chains I go to, the ads don't start even at the time the film's meant to start. Then the ads start, which is at least 15 minutes. Then the trailers, so you're not even watching the film for generally about 25 to 30 minutes from the time it's meant to start. So what's the point in showing up at the start? And then it became less trailers, more ads. And I watch trailers. If it was 7 trailers, fine. But if it's 6 ads and 2 trailers, it often is. It's like, well, that's everyone's time's wasted, whereas I could not rush, you know. Sorry, a little pet peeve of UK cinema chains. So what's your review of UK Theatre Chains, Season 1, Episode 1?
I don't think I've ever been to one, so I can't really say.
So is that a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10?
I'll give it a 10 out of 10 until I'm proven otherwise. 70 people here already, 45 likes. We can do better than that, guys. Hit that like button.
We will. Maybe because they're waiting for it to share. Well, they're not waiting, but people are waiting to join. So I'm going to start sharing, Stuart. I'll see you in a minute, and I'm looking forward to talk about this one. There's lots of little things, and we did kind of actively avoid certain topics in our editor review, which has already come out. So, what's the talk about? See you in a minute, Stuart.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. As you guys know, this is Trekyards. We're here to talk about a trailer. This is Picard Season 2 trailer that we saw last night on the Star Trek, whatchamacallit day. That's the thing. And we're going to talk about that today. Oh, just got to tell my kid to get off the computer. But anyway, as you saw, Sergeant Montgomery's already super chatted. That is a great way to interact with us, and we do read every comment and question that you do super chat. So if you want to steer the conversation a certain way, have us say something specific, you can super chat, and we will say whatever you need us to say. We do read them all, and we're very proud of that. So you can also send a PayPal to trekyards@hotmail.com. The information for all that kind of stuff is in the description of every video, so please, by all means, check that stuff out. There's other links down there as well, including the Teespring store, the TeePublic store, so you can get yourself some cool Trekyards merch, just like this, the Romulan Commander shirt, Trekyards, with Trekyards in Romulan, and you got the Romulan Commander with a little cloaking device. So you can get cool shirts like this and many others on the Trekyards TeePublic store. There's some really great stuff there, so go check out the link, even if you just want to take a look. You can also join the channel. First of all, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that subscribe button is not red. Make sure it's grayed out. That means you've already done it. If it's red, that's a red alert. It means you have to subscribe. Beside that is a join button. You can click that and join the channel, become a channel member, which is actually a really big deal for the analytics as well as for just the channel in general. So if you can click that join button and at least check out the different tiers. There's different ranks, there's different tiers, and that's like a monthly way to support us financially. Not very much a month to quite a bit a month, depending on what you want to do. And we have people at all ends of that spectrum. So check that out and pick yourself a rank so you can join the Trekyards crew and be, ranked up immediately. And you're instantly the same rank as Samuel or higher. So that's always fun, right? So click that join button. At least look at the tiers. Clicking the join button doesn't mean you're obligated to do anything. You just look at them, check out what the bonus emojis and stuff you get for the chat, and see if that's the way you want to help us out, because that would be awesome. But other than that, yeah, super chats are a great way to interact with us and have us read your comment or questions. So please consider doing so. And 94 of you here, 71 likes. I want to get to 100 likes, so hit that like button if you haven't already. And Snoopy McQueen throws in $5. The card looks good. That same old plot, nothing new. Strange New Worlds and Prodigy look good. Yeah.
Yeah. But put in the chat right now, we've got 100 people. That's a good sample size. Did you enjoy this trailer? Yes, no, meh. Straight away, throw them in the chat. I want to see what you all think. I will, polls are good, but I like the chat exploding a little bit, so we'll do that when we get more people in. Let us know right now. I'm excited to talk to you about this and break down some theory content.
Yes, and Ozzy will talk about episode 5 tomorrow as our standard Friday live.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
But I did just watch it like 30 minutes ago. Finally.
Yeah.
I finally was able to.
But yeah, so
thoughts, Stuart? Yes, I mean, as in the chat. Yes, no, meh.
We got meh, yes, meh, no, yes, with an exclamation point. Meh. It's just a no from me. Nope. After a few watches, yes. No, depressing as fuck. Yes, I like it. No, meh. I sighed. Meh. Is that a live, fast, and prosper style size badge? What? Oh, live fast and prosper style badge. Q looks kind of old for a Q. Well, Q can look whatever he wants to look. So
it's irrelevant. Yeah, we've done a video on it. It's great.
No, hell no. Meh. Yes and meh. Meh. Yes.
And it's amazing because we just did a video about another release and everyone was basically all positive, and it was just like, oh, that's guess rules only. And I can't remember what was that. We just did that video, but
I'm on the high end of the no aspect and the bottom end of the meh. I'm kind of just
Just how I was for like episode 3 of Lower Decks. I was like,
yeah.
And I will, I'll spoil it a little bit, but in terms of the Picard and Prodigy trailers, we are reversed. So you're not going to find unifying opinions here for those two things, which is good. We get both sides of the conversation, as we are both different Trekkies looking at different things. So it's nice when we coexist, but we'll have different opinions.
And one of us is always right, and one of us is always wrong. It's up to you to decide who's who.
Oh dear.
The Ronin throws in $5. Looks like I'm alone in the yes camp. No, there's quite a few yeses.
Oh.
Um,
Well, you can't judge it based on the trailer because the trailer is deceptive. You know,
they're deliberately deceptive sometimes, and this one definitely feels that way. Yeah.
it feels like a microcosm of. I mean, look at the previous Picard trailers, and all the trailers, they tend to be quite limited in scope to actually in the season. They give us something big to get a sense of the overall story, but no actual details. Or sense of how long things are going to be story-wise. Like, is Jerry in every episode, or is she only a side character? That would be a big deal, we don't know. You know, something simple as that will change the entire context of the trailer. You know. So
Yeah.
we can't know yet. So I'm seeing the undertones of what they could do, rather than necessarily the top line. But as you know, I'm already starting to fix it. Like the whole Picard season, I'm like fixing my brain, trying to retcon things so that I like it because there's potential, you know.
Yeah. The Ronin $5.
Bang.
Obviously, some concerns over retreading stuff, but overall, it looks fun. So there you go.
Sorry, I did laugh out loud there without meaning to. So Stuart, give us then some of your thoughts, or general thoughts.
Well, you had said it's got potential, but you know what? A pile of dog shit has potential. That could be turned into fertilizers to make a plant grow. It could also get stuck on the bottom of your shoe and track it into your house and smell up your entire house. I'm kind of in the smell up my entire house phase at this point. This was depressing and dark and grimy and dystopian. I mean, they're going for that, obviously, with the storyline. But I didn't want to see that from Picard this season. I wanted to see a more upbeat kind of thing going on. So honestly, I was just watching it the first time. I was just like, oh no. And then at the end of it, I did not feel like I wanted to watch it, honestly. So I'm kind of in that camp where I don't want to walk away from every episode of Picard feeling depressed. And we kind of talked about that with our reviews in season 1, where a lot of the episodes, were like, that was the thing we watched. Now we feel like shit. And then Lower Decks came along and you felt upbeat at the end of it.
Yeah.
So.
And even Discovery, seasons 2 and 3, left you with an intrigue at the end. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Season 2 in a deceptive way, and 3 in a genuine way.
Yeah.
Which is shocking.
So, yeah. So there is those, those kind of feelings for me. I was not super impressed. I don't want to watch it again. It's so depressing.
Well, but it's
dark. What's the color palette?
Well,
mud and goth. All right, good job, guys.
But I mean, we can't have thought it'd be a very positive season given season 1. Season 1 is a sad season. It's about the illness, corruption, abuse of several of our characters who've gone to lowest, about the what is the point in life a bit. It'd be for those that are big fans of that, and those that a lot of people saying still involved. Why would they totally shift vibe?
Yeah, but coming out of season 1, even you had said we want to see, now that he's not a frail old man, he's got this new body, we should see a more upbeat Picard, who's enjoying his life, going out and doing adventures, going on archaeological digs, whatever. We wanted to see that. This is not that. It might start like that this season, and then quickly devolve into this. And we're not sure if this is the entire 10-episode season or if this is just like 4 or 5 episodes, then they go into something else. But honestly, I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I mean, Gmon and Thomas said this isn't Picard. Well, I mean, it's Picard's consciousness, but Q is, when he shifts into alternate reality, he's no longer android Picard. He's human Picard. So, I mean, Q made him a real boy again. They're skipping around it instantly. It'll be an event with no consequences. Let's be honest. And even if he does shift back into android body, I assume, let's just say for argument's sake, it's a whole season arc, and at the end, Q gets him back to our reality. Picard will be like, Q, I feel a heartbeat. Yes, mon capitaine, my final gift to you. And it's like, that's the end of it. Like, I can't see him being android this season. I think it'll be impractical, and they're just not gonna,
I can see that.
Because people will forget he was an android if he's been a non-android the entire season. You'll forget because it'll be totally irrelevant.
Unless they're plugging him into consoles on the wall like R2-D2 style. His finger like, I'm accessing the mainframe.
I'm the hacker now. It's like when they gave Arnold Schwarzenegger all the techno dialogue in Terminator Genesis. It's like, yes, give me all the technological and you can barely understand me. Yeah, give Patrick, the man that can hard to speak now, give him all the exposition. Smart plan. Smart plan.
Sergeant Montgomery, $2.
Thank you.
Time travel stories equals 0 originality from the writers. I disagree with that. Time travel stories, if woven really well, can be really well written and very intricate and actually very clever.
Look at Star Trek 4 and First Contact. Both very clever time travel stories. Obviously, there are plenty of not very good ones. But thing is, this isn't time travel, it's alternate universes.
And time travel within the alternate universe, maybe.
No, you're right, it is. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, they're stroking both egos at the same time for that. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's a whole debate we'll get into in a minute.
Well, we got to get into what you thought of it, but hold on. We got 2 more super chats here real quick.
Thank you.
Wouter215 throws in €5. At least this doesn't look like a Patrick Stewart talking to someone in a parking garage. That one that later became the library thing in visual effects.
Well, do you know how they got around that, Stuart? Don't show any visual effects.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
Or just have this show go back in time to our modern-ish time with cars, and then you just film on the street. Furious Fawns throws in $20. Here's my take on this. They travel to the past to undo the alternate present they find themselves in, and the changes they make in the past result in more upbeat present, undoing some of the mistakes of season 1. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah. John Chamness, though, $20, another $20. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I love the trailer. I left a longer interpretation on your previous first reaction video, but I can't see them bringing the cohesive thread of all the Q interactions of the past as training to some higher mode of thinking. Well, I do like the line that, remember what I said to you last time I saw you? The trial never ends.
Well, I think he said that each time. But that's the tricky thing, because this might be the very last Patrick and Delancey together. It'd be hard-pressed, besides season 3. Yeah. And so do you actually have the legitimate end of the trial feeling? Because these actors won't be able to act forever.
But it was a perfect end of the trial and all good things.
But it wasn't end of a trial, though. That's the point. It was, this journey has ended, but the trial is always...
I just love Picard. I'm too old for your shit, Q.
See, that's an appropriate use of swear words in Star Trek. You either bleep them, so you still keep the consistency, or you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And cut. That's a good use of... I'm too old for this flash. It's good.
177 people here with 99 likes, guys. 100
Excellent.
Likes is the first goal. We're almost there, but we can do 175 likes. So anybody that's new here that hasn't hit that like button, hit it right now, please. I'd appreciate it. While we're listening to Samuel tell us his thoughts on this trailer, because it's always enlightening to hear 2 different points of view. So,
and obviously I've only watched it like 3 times now, and the last one was a few minutes ago, when after I had your thoughts, so I was slightly more biased with that. But this one I think they feel a lot of pressure towards, because Patrick is costing the most out of any actor of any of their current Trek shows. Like, he is easily the most expensive on any set, so the pressure to get that right is harder. I'm sure Jerry's charging more than most actors in all the other shows as well, as Delancey, I'm sure, is getting heavy paychecks. There's a sense of pressure here that you really hope they put the time in. I like alternate universes, I do. I like time travel, I do. I can't imagine this
so do I.
Oh yeah, I know I do. So I kind of am seeing the what ifs, what could be's within this, and so I'm intrigued. But yes, the trailer gives you the impression they might be stuck in this alternate reality and they're stuck in the past for the entire season. But that's not how trailers tend to work. As you said, many videos that they only tend to be the first 3 to 4. Even though in this, well, and more so in this case, because Picard is still, well, they're starting season 3, but maybe when this was being made, they were still filming because they didn't make it a little while beforehand. But the fact that they give that away tells me it's not the biggest deal. That can't be it. And the fact that they say we've got 3 days to whatever means it's going to be a limited scale mission. And the fact that we have, like Varys also in the past. Like there's things here that don't all connect because they're just pulling pieces from things out of context. So I'm hopeful this is a multi-layered story that will start at the positives like we saw in the other trailer, which was much better in general. Take us this dark place, and the overall vibe I got here was Seven felt more like Seven. Even some of the way she held herself in a few scenes, she kind of had that like prim vibe, which she didn't have in. She was like drawn. Yeah, I'm 7 of 9. She's like, fine, but she felt more in character in this trailer, which is weird to say because it was so limited. But I've looked, and does she hold herself is more 7 of 9 like. And then Patrick playing Picard feels far more alive in this trailer. He's not. Oh, I feel terrible about leaving the Federation. He's all, I will work together to save the universe with all of you. I promise. Like, he's very forward going. And if you have, fine, the despair of the reality, but Captain Jean-Luc Picard moving forward to push out of that, that's going to be an interesting story to see, as long as they don't go too silly with it. And then how the other characters go around that, knowing their strengths and weaknesses. So I'm kind of looking through the cracks. Yeah.
Well, as we saw in the other trailer, like him in the Admiral's uniform talking to what was probably Starfleet Academy, I just have this vision that that's how the season's going to start. The first episode, he's going to be doing this commencement speech, whatever. He's going to give the speech, he's going to walk off stage, and he's going to hear like people trying to get his attention and talk to him because he's Picard. And you're going to hear a voice, Picard, Captain, mon capitaine, and then it's going to like, and he's going to be in that room, and then Q shows up. If it starts that abruptly, that might be interesting. I don't want to have a good positive vibe for like a full episode and then get dumped into this. I'd kind of like it to kind of just jump off on, the kind of negative thing and get it over with. Yeah, that's just the way I see the first episode is kind of going. So, Jonathan Davies, though, 2 pounds. Do you remember the Bell Riots of the 2020s? Those are coming up, actually.
Well, and not just that, you've got the Jenks War, you've got all of these other things, and that is one of those big questions with the modern day stuff, which I'm sure we'll get to right when we get to that. Are they going into the past of now, as a past of then equals now, which is completely incorrect as a set existent, the past of Star Trek, it's their universe, or when they jump back, and we've seen some evidence that they're going to have, like the Mars Institute, there's already indication it's going to be a true version, but because then you are going back into the past, but even though it's modern day, it's their modern day, and then suddenly if this dystopian vibe in the past is actually just the eugenic soldiers in, that you can have that be really interesting actually, while still being clearly canon-y, and just happens to be filmed modern day because that's what we have. That itself will be fun. Depends how much effort they put into the alternate past. They didn't even say what date. How many sci-fi TV shows keep cop cars looking almost identical until like the 2060s? Like who's to say a cop car can't look like a cop car until whatever? And as we know, all these wars and stuff like warp drive is 2070s, so it could be the 2030s and still look like now, but not be now, or 2040s, or
yeah. Oh yeah, it'll be a little bit forward of our time. It's not going to be set this year.
Yeah, sure.
Go back to 2020 and everybody's wearing masks. They're like,
although actually they could be really clever actually. And again,
yeah, they could be, but they're not going to.
But what if they jump back to like 2007? But the 2007 of Star Trek's universe, and so there's this great line of, it's 2007, and everyone's like, you went back to like whatever film was at that date, and they're like, yes, the Eugenics War has just finished, and the Bell Riot, and it's like, oh yeah, it's they're 2007. Wouldn't that be great? Like such a meta
yeah.
Why 2020? Go into 2013, but their version of 2013. That'd be
Hmm.
cool.
Would be. But yeah, let's get started
Yeah.
on this
Oh, yes.
trailer and get this talked about.
Yes. Now, it starts.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of interesting little stuff here. So it starts with Picard entering what my guesstimation is a part of Chateau Picard or his original family house, which we never talked about. You know, he's got some sort of other family location, and he finds a broken rose, and then he has flashes of himself, French boy, before the chateau's burned the first time, obviously in the past. But interesting start, playing with time, playing with memory, playing with whatever. What do you think of this intro?
Annoyed me immensely. The voiceover here was, "You've always been exploring and searching, but could it be that you're running?" Or I forget the exact wording, but
Yeah,
it's when he picks up the little broken fragments. So,
and it's funny, I didn't realize this was actually daytime because the thing's so dark. But if you upgrade the color grading, you can see the blue sky outside and the normal daylight. They just darkened it a lot.
that's what I mean. They
It's
just threw like a veil of ick over the whole thing.
It's not quite as dramatic. He's walking into just his daytime mansion part of the chateau.
Matthew DeFritas, though, $2. A screenshot indicates they go back to Bell Riots. Could be.
And now Avery Brooks back. Colin Meaney plays a DH Colin Meaney, and they walked up to her. Well, that'd be kind of fun if he ends up going to the maybe Boom's Bold the Defiant with Kira. We never saw that scene. And it's like, I'm Picard from an alternate future, and I'm gonna work.
Say no to that.
Oh, Stuart, man.
The Ronin, though, puts in $2. I want a Sarah Silverman cameo.
Yes.
Oh no, not again.
Yes, do it.
Could definitely do that.
That's interesting. So this first scene, when he goes down on the thing, it looks like it's daylight outside, but then when he picks it up, it's actually nighttime. Might be the hue of the thing, but I don't know. What do you think the rose means? Or is that just a part of his old life?
Rose by any other name. And it's a Picard who becomes a dictator by the looks of it, or something. Who knows? It's a very much like a nemesis kind of Shinzon thing, like what his life could have been had he made a different decision or something.
Which we lived a version of that in season 1, which is why we hated it so much.
Yeah. Rock Solid Productions puts in $2. This trailer looks terrible. Worse than my channel.
Well,
damn.
I don't even know your channel, but is that possible?
Oh.
I feel like you have to be insulting when such a good comment like that. That's a good comment. That's clever. Now, do you think this is a Well, do you respond to something else or?
I was going to say, Nico's Kitchen said the room is probably where the fire was that killed his brother and nephew.
Well, it would have been tidied up 35 years ago, though.
Well, not necessarily. Not if they wanted to keep it the way it was or something for some reason. I don't know.
Keep his dead and also, there's a barn that caught fire, not a.
That's true.
Not
That's
a
true.
glass open space. I assume this is like a second home that the Picards had. Would be my assumption here. And now, the question: are these flashes, are they memories of the alternate Picard because Q is showing him stuff of the alternate universe to help him live this event, or is it directly flashbacks of Picard thinking back, or is it trauma? Memories he's having like glitches from being an android, so he's seeing his past because he's glitching to an android. So is it organic, is it android, or is it Q based remembering the past, a different past? See, I've thought about this, Stu. I've got all these like creative thoughts from these things.
Yeah, I think it's probably just a memory or a flashback, not necessarily a glitch in his android matrix or whatever.
Well, he's like grimacing as all. Like he's not enjoying this. And it's not presented like a normal like flash. It's like a weird psychedelic vibe.
Is one smell, one whatever to reactivate a memory that you'd completely forgotten about, and it can be. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. Some kind of trauma.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought it was interesting that it could have been where his brother died, but.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's flashes of this alternate reality. Because then you'd get to see the Picard life go different and kind of see, like you said, if he becomes a tyrant, like like you say, seeing, like, not they're going to, because they could actually get Tom Hardy for that, and although they've seen a bloody painting of him, but it'd be kind of fun to see Patrick be de-aged and be a tyrant Picard. Fun for the actor and more in keeping with what could happen. So I kind of think it's a butterfly effect, although it's fine if his memories aren't working that well from being an android. And maybe, in fact, his android body's failing, and that's why Q wants to save him, because he's like, yeah, you're dying again, babe.
Yeah.
Like
dumbass.
Yeah.
Consciousness. And what's wrong with you? Jonathan Davies, £2. Are you saying Picard is Arnold Ace Rimmer?
See, you've seen that scene, haven't you?
Yeah.
Dimension Jump. Yes, I was thinking that. Upside down. What a great, stupid, moronic scene. It's great.
Not a band account, $5. Picard season 2 could be a darker, more slow and deliberate show. A deconstructed Starfleet that reflects modern politics. Possibly.
Wasn't that season 1 but failing?
And Discovery, what?
Well, but I don't think I want modern politics. I mean, at least when Patrick said season 1 is a reflection of Brexit, and it clearly wasn't in any way. Like, the allegories are so thin. But do you really want political allegory to that level of a dark time? I don't want that.
No. Alan Gregg, though, puts in $20. Thank you so much.
Very kind.
Super disappointed by the Picard trailer. I hope it's a misdirection. But how many times have we said that about recent Trek? I want Picard and crew on a starship, not USS Ford Explorer. NCC, who gives a shit? That's hilarious. I love it.
I mean, yes, but it's like when Patrick said, "I don't want to wear the spacesuit." It's like, but every fan does. Get into uniform, which he did. Luckily, they convinced him 3 times. So
yeah.
Hopefully he'll be more.
Let me get the whole Capitan and the whole. I don't have time for your. Too old for your shit. And then the aggressive, angry snap on Q's part. Now, was Q saying there's a problem going on that we need to fix, and Picard's like, screw off, or is Q the reason for all this happening, or is Q trying to help in some way because something else has altered the time? I can't see Q being like malicious. He's never really been malicious. He's been kind of not fun-loving. He's just kind of been a pain in the ass. He's just bored and is trying to have some fun. He's never really evil. We even talked about that in our top 10 villain thing. He's not really a villain, So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I think he made a comment to Picard for help, and Picard just kind of like, whatever. I don't know. It's a very aggressive snap.
Well, I mean, he was a villain originally, doing it in a villainous way. Then they turned him to comedic character. So it depends where he is in his personal life stream. But yeah, certainly that picture, certainly. But I can see him, it's not so much villain. It's like when he yells at young Q, don't get the Borg. Like, he looks super angry. So I get the sense here that well, this one on misdirect. So this is already after. This is why the trailer is so actually quite clever. It makes you think one thing, but he's already in the alternate universe because he's wearing the uniform. So thinking he snaps him into that past snapping him isn't what happens here. He's already in the alternate universe. He's already come home. He's already confused. He's already seen the painting. It's already happened. So I'm assuming that Picard's going to berate Q. He's too old to play games. To tell me the answer. And Q's like, no, finding the answer is part of the answer, you old prick. And so he's, they have an anger off, and Q's like, well, Q out, and he's left it. So I wouldn't call it the shift moment, certainly, but to push a god being to be that pissy should be fun.
We have 214 people here with 130 likes, guys. I want 175 likes, so if you can hit that like button, it would be great. It's a little thumbs up thing. Just saying, if it's blue, or if it is not blue, you did not do. Turn it blue. Hit it. And
doesn't Delancey look great in this uniform, like this costume? I said it before, but it's a great other vibe to him. Thank goodness he's not bald. Not to say bald is bad.
Why is he old? He's a Q.
He's an alien god, Stuart. Doesn't matter.
I know. I'm aware.
There you are.
Let me see the snap, and then there's an explosion on a skyscraper that collapses the top of it.
Which I liked how gentle and subtle the CG was, considering what it was. It was like all overblown. It felt very.
Then we got some people running away.
Oh, is this the future or the future? There are flying cars, but there's not as much Starfleety vibe here. So maybe this is mid-future. Because who's saying we have hovering cars, you know? Or hovering shuttles. I mean, if we have warp drive for Cochrane, why can't we have impulse spacecraft that can hover for rich cities? Because wouldn't this be interesting if this was a...
Well, the past they go back to has the thing on the side of the bus with the ring ship that was going to Mars or whatever, that ad. So, like you said, it could be the 2020s or the 2030s of the Star Trek history, which would be different.
Because I'm picturing, if you do want to make some social commentary, which is good in certain ways, that's subjective. And I've always said about the Bell Riots, there is actually evidence, literally visible. You can see a thing about it. Part of that, we were in the slums in the episode, but we saw the rich people. So this would be interesting if this is in our past, which we've seen, but this is the rich fancy area, you know, the surviving big city, and they're being bombed by someone in the present of that past. It's like seeing how the other half live, while we've seen Cochrane and other people in that point in the timeline being all like, well, you know, the world fell apart, but we've got a little bunker. There's always going to be rich people in rich cities that have money to stay away from the reality of the world. So it'd be kind of interesting if we see, you know, as a political statement, they could show the ultra mega rich that are surviving, and the rest of the world's fallen apart, and we never associate the middle years between eugenics war and Cochrane as being, if there's still cities, we always associate with being there isn't much of anything, but there's always the rich. You know, could be commentary.
Yeah, I don't know when this would take place. I would assume the time that they go back to, because the next shot we see Rios, who's on the Serena, and he says, "We've got a problem here. There's something we got to look at."
Well, the next shot is two people running down a street. Or three people.
I already said the explosion and people running away.
Oh, well.
It's just chaos, essentially.
But is this... Because isn't this the Romulan guy in the middle? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, that's Eleanor.
But then who are the other two? Is an Asian lady and another lady? Or is he just appearing in, you know, the wake of this disaster?
No idea.
He's running from the law later. But yeah, sorry, then you got Rios.
And he's aware there's a problem, because he says,
yeah,
we got an issue, guys.
What the F is going on? And the Serena does feel different. This is clearly the alternate universe Serena, not just by the badge, but...
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're going to see quite a hefty difference to the outside. Because this inside is so plain, there's no reason to keep it looking the same for an aggressive alternate universe. That's a nice way of having another hero ship while not having it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I hope so, no?
Yeah. I love his reaction. I love what he's wearing, first of all. The gloves, the holster. It just looks great. And the look on his face, like there's something out that window that he's like, what? Did not expect.
And we know that... Now, is that Jurati or Seven that is on the ship with him? Because they get slammed.
That's Jurati.
Okay, let me watch it in motion on a different monitor. Because I was surprised seeing them all together. That means that when they say we're not together, rather than him being in separate locations, I'm assuming they get all shifted on the Ness Arena together. You know, they're doing.
The question is, why is Jurati still even there? Like, she should be in prison at this point. But anywho,
I'm guessing. I don't know. That doesn't looks like neither of them. The hair's too blonde and long to be Jurati, but it's not. The face isn't like Seven. So I don't know who that is. It might be a new character. Huh.
BJ Toronto throws in $2. That city is Hong Kong today in 2021. Well, there you go. Except it's got flying cars. Because there's like...
Yeah, I got Hong Kong vibes, weirdly enough. But
yeah, I did too.
But today just means they filmed a plate and they say, oh, it's now in 2034, you know.
Yeah.
Which is... It's fine. It's fine to do that. Then you've got the big, like one of the most interesting shots, the Hitler panel at the convention, which is, once you brighten it, clearly like a theatre hall. And considering the pandemic, this is quite an impressive... I wonder if this was filmed when stuff was closing out.
Not sure. But it seems like Picard's the focus here.
Yeah, no, this was cool.
And we got 7 of 9 there beside him, kind of like his head security guard.
And I see what I mean about her body language. Feels like 7 of 9 to me.
Yeah.
Prim, proper, crisp, and even like just the, it's amazing how such simple it is, but just the way they're done her hair. Yes, obviously it's more flowing than whatever, but because it's now, I guess, cleaner and more neat than Rogue 7 of 9, she looks more like 7 of 9 to me than just older Jerry Ryan or Grumpy 7. It's odd, the subtlety of that, but hey ho.
Yeah.
And I'm
pumpkin spice. Go Fennis Rangers. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh,
Mighty Morphin Fennis Rangers. Good God, now it's stuck in my head. And
she was wearing the civilian branch pin, and he's got the Starfleet, but I'm sure they're going to call it something more aggressive. Great outfit for her. And I'm that pistol he's got. It's in other shots too. Just like a Glock with like a dinosaur spine on it. Well, I'm impressed how far I can zoom in this image. It still looks pretty good. That's a well resolved.
Well, it's a stepped holster kind of thing, and then
that's what? No, that's definitely a new weapon. That's just a gun, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a holster with a gun in. Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah, you can get in pretty close to it for sure.
Huh. I'm betting then they're going to go straight to like gun phases, like going to skip all the in-between steps, just go full like aggressive gun looking for this universe. Because if you never had to make things look like tools, you'd just keep the gun lineage, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wow, great for Patrick.
Well, yeah. Well, the next shot of him looks very like dictator. Like
great.
It's kind of a scary shot actually.
But I appreciate that the graphic. It isn't like full Hitler. It's an interesting balance because of all the organic shapes. It's all circles and nice. But like if that was in blue and gold, you'd be like, oh yeah. And if he was wearing a uniform, you'd be like, oh yeah. But just by doing that shift, which I quite appreciate how it is aggressive, but still, you can see it's still a fig leaf. So, it's still a Starfleet gone bad. It isn't a mirror universe, which is a people gone evil. Now, do you think we're going to see any of, maybe like a recording, maybe this is a speech that actual bad Picard gave? Maybe are we going to see like a hollow recording? Maybe he has to learn from his other self, so maybe he's having to watch. And Patrick, gets put on the French accent again because in his universe he has the accent. He's evil Picard. He has to play that again because fan favorite moment, wasn't it, when he played evil French Picard?
Starts the whole speech with, "Am I not sufficiently sinister?" I don't know. I don't think this would be a holodeck simulation or him watching an old speech of his, but yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Lois Deck says it's a phaser. Look at the end of the barrel. I did, but it could still not be a phaser. It could still be just a projectile weapon. Jonathan
I'm
Davies.
sure it's still a phaser, but it's a phaser inspired on a handgun. It fires lasers, but to that extreme of like a handgun.
Jonathan Davies throws in £5. It's the alternate universe. The Terran Empire had fallen by the 2370s. Well, the next shot we got some like SWAT members, stormtroopers. Very.
I'm slightly annoyed by this shot for like 3 reasons, but the fact that this just looks like the Romulan soldiers from the first season tells you how there's not much of a leap there. But I'm pretty sure they're wielding a variant of the phaser rifle.
It looks like it, yeah.
I mean, they're actually different. I tried to not zoom in during the prep, but I wouldn't mind if they did. But having the red visor just looks like the Although were they green? Oh, actually they were green. But it just feels like that sort of vibe. But yeah, future non-Starfleet SWAT. Oh dear. Going through a Blade Runner city.
Yeah. Or
And,
cyberpunk.
Yeah. And they're going after Elnor, who's a fugitive, I guess. Oh dear.
Got a shot of Seven with like a locker beside her and a uniform in there.
I'm guessing she gets like Phantom. I've had this on my head my entire life. This is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And then her and Picard talking to Elnor.
Who looks odd.
Yeah, he does.
And Raffi's hair. I mean, it's a whole. I mean, it makes sense. Alternate universe. But this is when I like. This is when the trailer kind of like goes from intrigue to, "I will get us out of here, guys."
Yeah, I'll get us all out of this. Yeah.
But if you just deep faked the faces of these two actors, except not Patrick, they don't look anything like Elnor and Raffi from season 1. Like vibe wise, they're so obscenely different, which is great. I think the characterizations will be very different.
Yeah.
But I guess evil them, or whatever them.
And then it says the fight for their future. Eugene though puts in 2,000 rubles.
What does
Thank
Eugene
you so much.
think? All right.
Beginning of 21st century. It's gonna be full of contemporary political commentary, isn't it? Also, Q is season 2 version of Data from season 1, present only in the first and last episodes, season-wide arcs, season-wide story arc, and no starships. There will be starships.
Yeah. And I think Delance said he's in 7 between the 2 seasons. So
yeah, I think we'll see him a few times because there's a moment later where he's sitting in a chair wearing a uniform of sorts. So
no, I think he'll be in 3 this season, 4 next season, which isn't many more than 2. Okay, fine, sure, but
oh, you don't think he's gonna all be in season 2 and season 3 is gonna be something else?
Well, he's saying he's filming season 3 soon, so we know he's in both seasons.
Okay, I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, that's why, because he's the one that told us they're filming. Because he's the one that leaked loads of this information on his cameo. He said they're filming back-to-back seasons. No one else told us that. So, and he's already, because remember we also had scenes with Brent and Jonathan Frakes in season 2. So, yeah, lots of he gave lots of interesting stuff because he doesn't care because they're not going to fire Q from the Q-centric season. Unfireable.
And then we got a great shot of Picard in the new uniform looking at a Picard in the old uniform, which is, as I called it, the monster black. It's like a Wrath of Khan styled, almost mirror universe looking monster maroon, and I think it's great. It's even got a new badge. And
doesn't young old Picard look great there?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I will do prep for this, so tune back in for the graphics. But yes, it's real clever, but also interesting. I do like how they've just literally grabbed the Monster Maroon badge back and thrown on their own version of the Delta.
This is a uniform I want to get. I like this one.
So you want to get evil tyrant young Hitler's uniform?
No, Picard.
Well, that's the implication of who he is, maybe. Well, no, who was I making Hitler parallels to? Oh, Khan. That's who. The other one.
Yeah.
But do you think we're going to see this uniform for real?
No, you're making Hitler parallels to Empress Georgiou.
No, but I mean early today.
Oh,
Khan.
early today.
Yeah, Khan's granddaughter. I bet we're going to see this uniform. I bet we're going to see a practical version of this.
I think we will too. Yes, in some kind of flashback. Yeah. Which could be that Stargazer or the Ford-Nacelle ship that we saw and talked about a little while ago.
Which would explain the Discovery aesthetic more. Alternate universe, past Stargazer, where the aesthetic doesn't matter. It evolves on its own route. But I mean, hey, imagine painting this. Good job whoever painted it. Pretty dramatic. We'll talk about. Although, would he really have? Might this be a replacement? Might we actually see earlier in this season when he's in his chateau originally a picture of him in actual Monster Maroon?
Maybe. I think that's. I'm sorry. This made me laugh. The Doctor says Vigo the Picarthian. The Picarthian.
Yep.
That's fantastic. You get bonus points, the Doctor.
which one though. But I don't know if our Picard is such that he would have a big painting of himself in Monster Maroon, but dictator version would. But it'd be kind of fun to see him walk by it, and then, you know, once they shift, it's like, oh, it's gone black. That ain't good.
And that doctor is Capaldi. That's what his picture is.
Ah, yes.
Just saying.
Yes.
Then we get them all lined up there talking to Picard. It's probably like one of those, we can do this, we have to save the future speeches.
Is it just me, Stuart, or is it amazing how little I care for Jurati?
It's not just you.
Yeah.
I don't care for Jurati. I don't care for Raffi and Elnor. But Jurati, I don't even see the point of her even being around anymore. But she was coerced by Commodore O. Who cares? She still willfully murdered somebody.
And it's not like she would be a bad character, etc. It's just the way she's presented. Like, I even like Elnor more. I'm more excited to see Elnor, he had even less character, you know.
Well, he looks like a member of Rios's ship, because he's got the same kind of uniform, same kind of jacket, same gloves, same.
That's interesting.
Almost like straps on his pants for the. Jonathan Davies, though, 2 pounds.
Thank you.
Gurney. Jurati was a drummer in the shitty garage band in another universe. Yeah, I don't care for. But then we get the whole draws them to the past thing. And there's only one thing that can take them to the past. And we see the horrified looks on everybody's faces, especially 709, even though she doesn't have any Borg implants. And we get the reveal of, it looks like almost a zombified, like almost desiccated a little bit, Borg Queen, like they've been keeping her on ice or something. So maybe that's how these people have been controlling the Borg. Keeping them at bay or whatever.
And I have mixed feelings about this. It doesn't look like the Borg Queen, like not the same species. It's too visually different. I know they like to remaster races, but
yeah, there's something going on with the back of her head. It almost looks like there's more of a
Because the Borg Queen was a movie level makeup, right? Like, why would you go in and change a movie level villain makeup with a big budget that looked incredible, right? Like, that's just ego. So, but it's fun, it'd be interesting to have another alien race because they have multiple, or they evolved, or this is the new Queen race, because that one proved flawed over its half a decade of whatever. Because this is clearly not the same species. I mean, clearly.
Because in a second, like, Jurati says, what do we do now? And they plug a thing in to her, and then you see like the side of her head, and there's like different
yes, I forgot about the
markings on the side of her head.
Well, and then even later, if we're going to talk about the Queen now, there is a shot later on where you literally see the edge, like her hanging suspended, and it's pretty graphic. Let's jump to that one then and do that debate now. As I scroll and I can't find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this is a pretty let's have those black levels. Oh Jesus. Well, that's odd.
Jonathan Davies, 2 pounds. The Borg Queen is a Membari. Yeah. Looks like it, yeah.
It's got like things on her back. It's got things attached to her neck. I mean, not remotely the same species, which is fine. I'm actually okay with that. The Borg Queen is a designation, not a race.
Yeah. Total random reviews puts in $5. Borg Queen looks too much like a Krill from Orville.
Does as well. Yeah. Definitely H.R. Geiger as well. But this is interesting. I don't think this is how the time travel happens directly. It's certainly implied, like they turn her on and she forces them back in time. That seems unlikely to me.
Yeah. I kind of get I think that personally, I think that is how the time travel happens, like the chronoton thing that they used in First Contact. Well, by the way, you said you watched the latest episode of Lower Decks?
I just did, yeah.
Did you hear that they said it? They said temporal anomaly.
Yes.
In this one. Yeah, I was going to message you like right away, like
Took them a decade. Excellent.
Anyway.
I'll clip them. But I like that. I do like the idea of the back in time thing, but the way it's framed, them shifting. No. Oh, but if this is the alternate universe, why would there also be a Borg queen? Unless this is, because they wouldn't. So I was assuming this is a prime Borg queen that they were able to harvest from some destroyed Borg ship. She's obviously not all there, etc. But this is the alternate reality. So maybe this is one of those like notes where Picard, because he's like one of the 3 top tier megalomaniacal baddies of the Gestapo Federation, he's able to work out. He Googles how time travel in this reality, and as a symbol of how powerful this version of the Starfleet is, if they just went this dramatic route, they literally have captured Borg queens. You can't get more symbolic of we've conquered the Borg and we have a Borg queen dangling in chains. I mean, there's a visual that's like blow your mind visual, and it would make sense for the alternate universe. And then they're like, well, they have the key to whatever. And then you're right. If they're in the universe, then the first contact time travel tech would be very applicable here. But I mean, hey, that's if it's that round, that's pretty oi.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the way they do the time travel thing personally. So, we get a bunch of close-up shots of everybody. Something's happening. And this February, so we know this is in February. So we've got October 28th is Prodigy. November 18th is Discovery, which means Discovery and Prodigy are on the same day. And then once Discovery is done, we might have, I don't think we'll have a break. I think we'll go straight into Picard. Might have a week or two break, maybe. I didn't do the math for the weeks. But, so yeah, it's coming in February. They don't say when. They don't give us a specific date. But it is February, so.
Yeah, having Prodigy and Discovery at the same time seems like an odd strategy, given they're both paid service things. Competing.
Well, I think they want to shuffle off Prodigy to Nickelodeon at some point, and it's going to air on Paramount Plus first. So they've got to get through it all and then give it to Nickelodeon.
Or maybe Nickelodeon contractually said, "Oh, get it out as soon as it's done."
Yeah, I think that's probably the case.
Okay. Because, I mean, one's half an hour, one's 50 minutes, and one's new. You're certainly pulling the focus away from a show for the other show. But, I mean, Discovery's certainly going to get the limelight there. Especially with this, it's actually credit fan base over 4 years rather than the brand new show.
Kieran Spurs puts in £1.80.
Thank you.
Could the Borg Queen escape by the season finale? Possibly, yeah. Actually, season 3 is about the resurgence of the Borg or something.
Well, maybe when they shift back to our reality, the Borg Queen is immune to it, and an alternate reality evil Borg Queen comes through. I mean, cool, silly but cool.
So we get a welcome to 21st century Earth.
Briefly, before we do that, the way they shift, this is definitely a red herring of how and when, because they're all on the Less Arena when they. So I think this is their moment when they go into their own bodies the first time. This is why I don't think it's directly connected to the Borg. I think those things are separate. Because I don't know why stabbing the Borg cube with Borg Queen with energy would make them time travel. That doesn't make sense to me. So I think
could just be to get information.
Exactly, yeah. Or just reactivating, like we keep her off, minimum power. But I quite like, if you look at these shots, the listener is clearly a bit damaged. It'd be kind of fun if, they're all running away from X, Y, and Z. Again, like Shattered Universe, where Chekhov and Sulu are kind of loggerheads would be kind of fun. Sorry, yes, present.
General Grievous, $2. Is there any way to undo this nightmare? Bingo.
Oh.
But yeah, welcome to 21st Century Earth, and it's Raffi and 709.
Now, this is when I'm in the trailer, when they say we need to go back in time, I was like, oh, excellent, exciting. Oh, present day.
Yeah.
And it just looks like any film. Like, it has no specific vibe. And if you talk about Bell Riots, you're seeing a lovely pier. Well, it is the same pier apparently from Voyager. So they are using old locations, which is nice.
Yeah, it's Coney Island, I believe.
don't know. It doesn't excite me.
Doesn't
But
excite me either.
having talked about the Bell Riots and talking about the political climate and the Eugenics War, could be kind of interesting if they do it really cleverly, which is not what they're known for, and it could let them retcon the new Khan character, Khan Noonien, or the new Sinks.
Lon Noonien Singh. Oh my god.
You know, dealing
Matthew
with her great grandmother, etc. Would be a fun way of including it.
Yeah. Matthew DeFreitas, $2.
Thank you.
Is this a Romulan ploy or plot, a ploy to start a war? No. I honestly don't think so.
Well, I'd be shocked if we see Neris and any of that Romulan subplot, because why would we need to now? You know?
Yeah.
We've obviously moved past it. It was ill thought out, and we've already moved past it. Oopsie.
182 likes, guys. Let's get 200. It's only 18 more likes. We have 263 people here. Easily doable. Easily doable. So, yeah, they're standing around talking about time travel. And then we get the whole, you can fly a starship, but you can't drive a car. And she just smashes her foot on the pedal and goes. Which, yeah, they're not future cars or anything. So, and it's Los Angeles Police Department. Don't know how I feel about that.
It's just boring, in abstract. I kind of hope it'll just be as as quick and simple as the when they grab Chekhov from the aircraft carrier in Star Trek 4. It's like it's a sequence. It's a cool sequence. It's relatively short, like pacey, and past it. So hopefully it'll be like that. We don't want to see many episodes in the past, unless it's super interesting. Unless really delve into those.
Which it won't be. I stand corrected. It's Santa Monica Pier. Sorry, I don't know why I said Coney Island. But anyway.
Now, what's Picard doing in a tuxedo? And is he in the past, present, future?
My guess is this is maybe before they go back in time, or before the alternate reality thing. Could be some kind of. Well, no, wouldn't wear this in the future to a celebration.
Well, that's a good point. Ryan Hale, didn't Tom Paris teach everyone to drive? Oh, that'd be fun if she says, "Lieutenant Paris never taught me." Boom. That's
on his 1969 Camaro.
Oh, now see, that'd be a reference. That should be a thing. That should be a thing.
I don't know what Picard's doing in a suit, but I can't even speculate about that. Honestly, at least he doesn't have an iPad.
I think he's in Hong Kong. I think he's doing some high roller thing to try and get tech information or whatever. Play the role. But he looks more in control. He doesn't look like a feeble old man. He just looks like an old guy, but just the vibe is just better than season 1, you know?
Yeah.
Then they beam, which is obviously the moment they beam into the Borg Queen area, but I believe that's a new beaming effect.
Looks new, yeah.
It looks neat.
It's probably just the alternate reality beam, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. But it looks neat. And then you have 7 and literally just a shirt.
And same with Soji or Daj. I don't know which one it is.
Even don't care less. Her story's done, you know?
Yeah.
So wrapped up in the bow. And the fact that only one shot of this trailer shows you that she's probably not going to be super important.
Well, she was in the other trailers, though, in like a nice evening gown outside by a fountain.
Sure.
So, and then we get probably young Picard with his mom, maybe?
Which would be kind of cool.
In that conservatory or that greenhouse thing.
Yeah, it looks like greenhouse. I'm all up for saying Picard's mom. Will she sound French? Maybe. He was born in France. Kind of, maybe a subtle French accent. Or maybe she goes in and out of the accent. Yeah, so we're going to get some Picard flashbacks. Would be kind of cool.
Then we get La Serena again, and it is 7 of 9 sitting there, so it may be 7 of 9 in that other shot that you were asking about. So, because it looks like the same thing going on.
Although briefly, this isn't a new shot of La Serena. It's the first shot we ever see of it in season 1. That's why they barely even use the shot, because it's too obvious, and it's such like a we need some space. We need some 15 frames of ship. So the fact with no space shots, none whatsoever, tells us that we new designs, new whatever, want to wait and hold it off or hold on to it. But that's kind of odd. Not a single space shot. Yeah, this is definitely getting beaten up. I guess this is evil Esserina, clearly. Do you think this is just when... Why would Picard be in that chair, though, if they just bopped into alternate reality?
Don't know. I don't think this is when they just popped in, though.
So I think they're being chased.
Bet on that.
So I think they're being chased by something. That's why then when they're phased in, they start in a oh no. And note the back emitters are green, not blue, which is another reason of different ship.
Yep. And we got Picard talking to Jurati for some goddamn reason. And then another Q snap, and he's wearing a Europa patch on his shirt there. Expedition. Europa Expedition something.
Yep, and that's what we saw on the bus as well.
Yeah.
So another let's help you with the present. Cool.
It looks like more of flashbacks to the kid with a flashlight, and they're looking around for something. I mean, some adults.
Well, I don't know. I was going to say something to his mum and dad, but... Oh, no, he has an older brother, doesn't he? So, yeah, it's him and his older brother with his dad. I would assume.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
and the brother would have to speak French, wouldn't he? Because he spoke French, and the other... Didn't he? I think he did. I think he was a French speaker. Pretty kind of cool, although bittersweet, because, whatever. And then Jurati with the Borg Queen...
Yeah, and the Borg Queen's going to coerce her to murder somebody.
Doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much. Just show them visions of a tentacle thing coming through the sky, and I want to kill.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing though if literally that's her arc in every season to be coerced by somebody to murder somebody? It's like, yep, again, first it's the Romulan, first it's the future people, and then it's the androids, and then it's the Borg, and then it'll be the...
Well, this time it's going to be the Romulans, because Elnor's on a table next, and Raffi's like crying over him, so Jurati's already done her work there. She's already poisoned Elnor.
Every season, try and kill one of your own crew, try and kill yourself, really kill someone else. Every season, it's the Jurati arc.
Yeah.
And the last episode, she tries to kill Picard. Yeah. He's already dead, so it doesn't quite count.
We do see Picard in the tuxedo again, with this lady, and there's Rios as well, dressed up.
Now, isn't this Cheeky Feckers? Like, I'm pretty sure that's her. Which is why it's super interesting that...
It does look like her, doesn't it?
And I mean, you would think that she'd be a logical person to bring back in time because she's so knowledgeable, but if she's not at universe, she wouldn't be Tal Shiar necessarily, because the way they say we need some light, but she's just using the holographic emitter thing, the Tal Shiar device,
It looks like she's using a neuralizer.
Yeah, it does.
Where are their sunglasses?
But I think she's recreating an event, like they did in season 1. I mean, she looks, yes, like her and not like her. It's kind of, but I mean, the hair is so different,
She looks really good, I gotta say.
Yeah. If not, it's got a very similar person. Maybe it's a descendant, but they're Romulans. That wouldn't be likely. But no, Elnor's dying again. How do you feel about that?
Sorry, what? You got cut off there.
How do you feel about Elnor almost dying again?
Who? What?
Elnor.
Okay. I don't know what that guy. It's sad, or whatever.
Yeah.
Jonathan Davies, 2 pounds. Men in Black. Yes.
And the next shot I was keen to get some stills of to see their weapons, and very pistol-like. Very, very, like, handgun-like guns. Yeah. Although he shoots this lady super without a second thought, which is kind of funny, actually, the way it's framed.
Yeah. Elnor taking out some guys. And then, this does look like the Bell Riots area, actually. The next scene with Raffi and knocking down somebody in a hoodie. but it's very slummy districts. Oh, it's a sanctuary district. It is. Yes. That's awesome.
And now I'll take the opportunity with 250 people watching to put that poll in.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
General
Grievous.
First time doing a poll in the chat, if it works.
Hopefully, no, you look like Patrick Stewart jokes. Oh, let's see. What's this poll? This is cool. Did you enjoy this trailer? Yes or no? Ah, that's awesome. 16 votes already. 50-50 split. I like that.
Yeah. So vote, and let's see if we can get a full 150 votes. But everyone can vote. Definitely fun to see the results.
Speaking of, we got 250 people here and 206 likes, guys. Let's get to 250 likes. I think that's very doable. So hit that like button if you have not done that yet.
But yeah, let's zoom in. So very logical, Bell Riots. The slums make sense. I mean, I know that...
Do you vote? Yeah.
And you can see that... I know that they would... In lockdown, they were drawing direct parallels to this, in that we're close to the events, and the riots and all that stuff combined gave us vibes of this. And so it would make sense if they wrote it during the pandemic. If they want to hit big social issues, Patrick might have said, I want to hit this, and someone says, you know that we already did that story, or DS9 did 20 years ago, that people referenced on social media. We could just, when making a new story, we could just bring that back. And he's like, what? And he went and watched DS9 and was like, oh, let's do that then. But respecting canon, I mean, that's a win,
It is, yeah.
That's a win for me. Quick vote, or vote, guys. 96 votes. Let's get 150 or 150 votes. Vote.
Fanderato says, I accidentally hit like because the chat scrolled up.
And yes, there is no meh.
Where's the meh option?
I want the 51%, 50, yes or no, overall, did you enjoy this? It's not very precise, but is it, on a clinical sense? Because that's really interesting. 51-49. That's super interesting.
Only 99 votes with 252 people here. I'd really appreciate people if they could vote. I'd like to see, because that's too close for me. I can't believe it's that much of a. Well, I mean, 50-50 right now, literally with 100 votes.
See,
wow.
I want to know.
This is fun. I like the whole thing. That's awesome.
It was worth for more people, obviously. Yeah, give us the polls. Awesome. So yeah, excited of this district. I actually breaks a dude's Glock, whatever. Then it cuts to interrogation scene, which I commented on originally. It just looks like Patrick Stewart in a room. Do you know why it looks like Patrick Stewart in a room?
Oh. It looks like one of the Uber Eats commercials with Mark Hamill. Or not Uber Eats, so whatever it is, DoorDash or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. But it does look like just any old thing. But I'm pleased to say it's on Twitter. Did comment to me, and this may be mega interesting, that the actor he's opposite against, it was super hard to see. I would not have caught it because it's just so clear. This guy was the chap that played in the episode of Voyager, the guy that took over the Relativity. Captain Braxton's second in command that became Captain Relativity. So
yes, I can see it now. I can see the nose is the same shape. Yeah.
So I effing wanted me to this. I really wanted the same bloody character because we've been waiting for Relativity to come back for 20 years. But this might actually lead us to, because we saw in that episode, you can go undercover, and that guy was lost in the past as well, the original captain. So if this guy's undercover, beams in to interrogate Picard because they're checking the timeline, wouldn't that be great to see Relativity? This guy is doing his job after all these years and he's dealing with a temporal incursion. Because why have the same actor in a temporal incursion, in an alternate reality incursion? Of all the actors, why have that guy? I want to see him back as the character he was in the show.
Yeah. Jonathan Davies, 2 pounds. He's playing Fizbin. Yes, hopefully it's not a Tuesday. Or at night. Then his hand won't be as effective.
But I'm assuming he's been found at one point, think he's crazy and always done a crime, and he's been, whatever.
Well, the next one is Rios escaped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Options. Then we get La Serena exploding or sparking with looks like Eleanor probably back on that table with Raffi over him.
Mm-hmm. 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 With La Serena looking
That's,
pretty full of stuff.
and that's like it, because you can see Rios and Picard, and it's
Dum dum dum. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of
The
things.
Ronin says he missed the relativity connection. What was it? You want to repeat it?
Yes, the actor that is opposite Patrick Stewart in the interrogation scene in the police precinct is the same actor that played the good guy in the relativity episode that took over from Captain Ransom. He's the one that sent Seven of Nine.
Braxton.
Took over from Braxton. Yep, he sent Seven of Nine back into the past several times. So there's Seven of Nine connection too, and if they work together, you'd think they'd remember each other from that episode. They spent quite a bit of time together. He then beams on Voyager himself. He takes over the relativity. So it's a 29th century time cop. And those ships are impervious to changes in timeline. So if he
should have been interrogating 7 of 9.
Remember me, 7 of 9? Whatever your name was.
Not my name. My name's Annika.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that... If they really want to do it right, they need to have that. And wouldn't that be impressive to say, for some reason, I'm stuck here. Actually, that would be quite interesting. What if he was sent back as a mission?
That's what I thought.
And then when Q changes the timeline, it doesn't change anything beforehand. So he's suddenly lost a ship because it's in the... Like, the future's now erased itself, but he's still in the present, which is the past. And so when they meet him here, he's like, I've been frickin' stuck, like my captain, in the bloody past for 30 years. I was a time cop. 7 of 9, you remember me, don't you? We both aged. I haven't got my tech, except this one tricorder, maybe. See, that would be really great. And that would be a good way of not having, like, direct relativity connection, but still using his knowledge. Oh, that sounds so good.
If they do that, I will give them a standing ovation. I will give them so much credit for that. They're not going to.
I mean,
he's just a cop. A modern day LA cop.
But why get the same actor again?
They do that in Star Trek all the time. The same actor plays multiple roles on multiple series.
But not normally as two humans. Normally with a distinct connective difference. And they haven't for a while. As in, didn't in Discovery really, didn't in Picard. Enterprise are always aliens. I mean, it's not
You're stretching.
No, I know.
It would be a great story idea. I totally agree with you.
I mean, it's nicking it from the one they already did, where Braxton was stuck in the past, but to have your entire reality... Like, we had temporal shields. They didn't work. The fuck. Because Q's power overrides relativity. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. And he's been stuck...
Medallion says he is not playing his role from Voyager.
You don't know that? Undercover.
I'll bring back Sarah Silverman. Yeah, she should come in and break them out.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen Tom Paris? He owes me a dinner. Yeah. No. Yeah, I would love to have Sarah Silverman. That'd be great.
Mark Lawrence puts in $5. Good to see you, Mark.
Welcome.
But are these writers smart enough for a storyline like that? My Magic 8 Ball says all signs point to no.
Well, new showrunner, and maybe that showrunner came with a real story to tell. That's all it can take, you know.
General Grievous, $2. Plot twist: Burnham and Detmer save the crew.
Totally possible in this universe.
And we have 225 likes. I think we can get to 250. So if we can get to 250 likes, that would be awesome.
And Diana Mulder played 3 different humans in Trek. Well, yes, but 2 were in the 60s when people couldn't watch anything twice. And one was true. 20 years later. So, yes, but also no. Different when they're 2 decades apart and you look drastically different.
This is a good call out, Ziango, though. I like that.
I mean, same thing with Gel playing 3 characters with the exact same rationale.
Yeah.
2 in TOS, back to back. So we have 145 votes. I'd love to see 200 votes by the end. It is free, obviously. Click vote. 53% no. 47% yes. They liked it. Okay. Maybe I should do a poll where it's like, what would you review out of 10? That'd be an interesting spread. What do you guys think? Do you want to vote with numbers? Because that'd be really kind of cool as a way of like seeing. Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do 10 poll options?
I don't know, but if not, I'll do like every 2.
Yeah.
All right, end poll, and we've got 100. So that currently losing. Let's start a new poll then, if it'll let me. I have to refresh. Interesting.
I don't know how to do the poll thing.
Ha 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 ha
ha. Eugene, 250 rubles. So thank
okay.
you so much. Giorgio is somehow involved. Yeah, section 31 is there. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that poll at some point, but so you don't get no credit. It's the doctor that did it. Well, thank you, the doctor, for pointing that out. Somebody just talked about where is this here? It's not cheap to keep a face looking that punchable. Now, if you're talking about Kurtzman, I think there's a Kurtzman reference in the latest Lower Decks episode. I think he's the guy in the wheelchair. During the chase scene with the Pike wheelchair, this guy looks exactly like Kurtzman in it. So is that Mike McMahon calling Kurtzman disabled? Anyway, General Grievous, $2. It was Agatha all along. There was even a bigger name in Sukatsi. Yeah. Guys, hit that like button. I want to get to 250 likes. It's only 12 more likes. I think it's definitely doable because 12 people out there haven't hit that like button, and I know this for a fact. So.
Okay, so I can do 4 options. So I thought, what is your excitement for this season? 1 to 3 out of 10, 3 to 5 out of 10, 6 to 8 out of 10, or 8 to 10 out of 10.
There you go. Throw up the poll, my friend.
And then you can, so it's reasonably incremental. Not particularly specific, but you know, you can vote with your numeric. No.
Add stream marker.
Okay, there's a new poll then. Throw in what you think. What would you rate? So it's not for this trailer specifically, it's for your excitement for this season, given this new trailer, which you told us lots of little things and gave us a lot of possible fun things. So put in your score right now. Be specific. Give us your thoughts.
Why can't I vote?
I don't know.
Running the stream. Yeah, all I've got up there is the insert ad. Check highlight.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Create highlight video.
It's next to Super Chat.
Oh, it's grayed out because we have one running. Okay,
well, yes. Gotcha. So I'm gonna vote. Although, wait? Is 9 to 10 good or is 1 out of 10 good? I guess 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 is good. Okay, just to be incremental the other way around. Okay. I guess I'm 6 to 8. Oh, good. Well, vote now. And yes, to clarify, 10 is good.
I'm 3 to 5.
Well, if you're at 3, you vote 1 to 3. Them's the breaks. If only we had 10 options or even 5 options.
Spoodlefish makes a good point. What if I'm at 3?
Yeah.
Well, it should have been 1 to 2.
Yes.
3 to 5.
I was inventing it as I went. You know what I mean, guys. It's my second poll ever, so.
Well, it's going to be like a 7.5 kind of average thing by looks of it.
Yeah.
So. 81 votes. We've hit 250 likes. Sweet. Thank you so much, guys. That was awesome.
And if we can get another $10, we can end happily. Please.
Honestly, I want another $30 if possible, but $10 is a good number too. 10 or 30.
Do you want to pimp your next? Nope, you don't. Yes, Stuart. Do you want to pimp your next
Sorry,
live?
I'm back.
Yeah, please pimp your next live, Stuart, because this isn't the only thing.
General Grievous has the last super chat slot at $2 right now. But yes, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing my first reaction to the embarrassment of Doopler episode of Lower Decks. So it's another live for me today. One last night. One tomorrow. Probably some on the weekend now. Anyway, yes, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in for that, guys. If you're so inclined. Yeah, so the average looks like 6 to 8 range. So 7 out of 10 kind of thing.
Yeah?
That's pretty good.
Pretty
good.
High.
Higher than I anticipated.
And certainly makes the yes or no seem a bit more redundant, because that's like, you know, like you'd said, the low end of yes.
Mm-hmm.
And with a very low percentage of very yes, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. And I have been doing graphics, etc. So I'm looking forward to film with you tomorrow, both for Lower Decks, and Picard, and Strange New Worlds. And on Saturday for Lower Decks, and Picard, and Strange New Worlds. Good stuff.
Matt Boardman, $10. I really want to hope this season will be good, but there is just something about the way the show is shot, or that the characters are sort of unlikable. I'm right there with you, Matt. I kind of feel the same way. Something about this trailer was very put-offish to me. That's probably the point. It's like they want to emphasize that dystopianness of this one. So,
which I'm fine if the contrast is powerful, that we get such a positive start for like an episode, and in episode 1 it just shifts drastically. That could be really good, you know. And then as long as it gets fixed, etc. And of course, yes, Prodigy content as well. I've already uploaded our Prodigy trailer reaction. I'm now editing the Strange New Worlds costume reaction trailer, character reaction. I mean, yeah. But yes, you're right. Is it even possible to do a best references of Lower Decks graphic? I don't think it is. There's too many.
Not one graphic. You might have to do it like the shop and then the bar.
Ugh, maybe. So many things. Oh, and it's a Jericho. It says Matrix. Who would be interested in us doing a Matrix review live?
I watched it today and I was thoroughly underwhelmed. It wasn't what I expected at all from the Matrix. Where the hell is Lawrence Fishburne? Like, you need Morpheus back. There's a guy handing him a pill saying, "Hey, take the pill." If that would have been Morpheus, I would have been like, yes, good, let's go.
What, is Lawrence Fishburne the linchpin of those films for you then?
Morpheus is a great character.
Oh, sure.
That moment would have been awesome. See, that's handing the pill again. I don't know.
I was thoroughly overwhelmed by the trailer. I thought it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I'd always go at the worst times. Hello.
I also hated the way that Neo looked.
But no, yeah, like I said, I was thoroughly overwhelmed. I thought it looked better than I was expecting. With a really nice focus on the Neo character, who was almost just a vessel for the audience. But I think Trekyards actually got better acting over the years, a bit more experience. And I think he was given a full focus, and yeah, I think it was pretty interesting. More interesting than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what to expect. Let's be honest. How the hell could you expect anything? Everyone died. Like, those characters are all dead. The world is saved. Like, where do you go from the end of the story? You start another story. Yeah.
Darth Maul. Maybe the man filling the Morpheus role was named Amorpheus. Amorpheus. That's funny. Was it true that Lawrence Fishburne wasn't asked? I can't believe that for a second.
Well, I mean, just as with lots of other cameos, it's like saying, "Oh, Nimoy wasn't asked to be in the first Star Trek." Oh wait, he was in the first Star Trek, as in the new one. Until you see the film, you can't know if, if he's a big reveal, then they're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, I was asked." Well, it's like the Ewan McGregor thing, Oh, I'd love to do the one film, one series. Yeah, we asked you 3.5 years ago, Ewan. Don't you remember? I'm doing an interview. Stop! You spoiled it for everyone. Oh, sorry, Ewan. So you can't say until you see it. Contractual obligated, etc.
Hezra says haven't watched the second or third Matrixes because he was told how dumb they were. But you have to at least watch. You have to watch them.
Yeah, I mean, there's more dumb films out there that are less enjoyable. I mean, would you say that the Matrix films are more enjoyable to watch than the Transformers films? Because they're all dumb, but the Matrix has like more core to them. The Transformers, even though you like Transformers, are like more showy nothing.
Yeah, I'd rather watch. Yeah, absolutely.
And you love Transformers, so I'm glad.
I'd rather watch a good Transformers movie than a Matrix movie, though.
Yes. Well, sure.
Wait, they haven't made one. Bumblebee was close, but
I now own on 4K, Stu. I'm excited to finally see that this year. I'm really excited.
I want to find it in 3D. I saw it in theaters in 3D, but apparently they didn't make a 3D Blu-ray or anything of it. So, shit.
Sorry, buddy. Dead.
If anybody sees a 3D version of Bumblebee, let me know.
It's a dead medium. It was a big gimmick and it died.
It's not, though. They're coming out with 3D TVs that don't require glasses now. Japanese technology. Anyhow.
Well, I searched Bumblebee 3D and I got Bumblebee jewelry. I'm not surprised by this. I'm sure you've searched on...
Melissa Jericho says the first Transformers is good. Compared to the other ones, yes.
Yes, well, yes, exactly.
When I first watched it, I was like, it's not Transformers. It's not my Transformers. But yeah, compared to the other ones, it's a fucking masterpiece. And it's fun to rewatch for sure, but knowing what to expect.
It's just very simple.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Matt Boardman has the last super chat slot there.
Nice.
Another 3 likes would be good to get to 260 likes. So 3 people that haven't hit the like button.
And $7 if we can average it out a little bit. That'd be cool. And the poll is good. Interesting, yeah. Interesting stuff. Thanks all for voting. We'll do more polls.
Yeah, $7 would be a good number.
I'll close it now. Thanks for... Yeah. Come on, guys. One more like. And join Stuart for later for a Lower Decks review.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at that, 260. We got the 1 like. Sweet.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. We'll call that quits. You'll see us tomorrow live. You'll see me tonight live. You'll see us on the weekend live. You're going to have edited content every day.
All of the things!
So until then, he's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley. Yeah.
We are Team Trekyards. And we'll see you guys later. You guys are Trekyardians, too.
Yeah.